Hi, everyone. It is Wednesday. We're going to talk about wealth. My name is Colleen Tatum. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm located in Canada. And today, what I'm going to talk about is Canada based, but if you're in the US or something, a lot of the same principles pertain. It's just called different things. So look at the idea of what I'm saying and then find out what categories match up to what our categories are in Canada for places to invest and how that might affect your taxes. So are you putting your money places where you could be spending eventually thousands of dollars in taxes that you don't need to pay? I think a lot of people are. So I think that there is so much more to life than growing up, paying bills, and dying. Yet, that's what so many of us end up with. So I'm on a mission to change that. And every Wednesday, I come and I just give you a few little tidbits about growing wealth and do other videos to try and add value to your life through the week. So you are joining me on Wealth Wednesday. So today, we're going to talk about where are some places that you can invest money. So in Canada, when in the world, there's different places people put their money, and some are treated differently for taxation. Sorry. A lot of people invest in their house. When you do that, it could be good or bad, but that's a place that lots and lots of people put a lot of money, their house. Then we have our RSP in Canada, or your registered savings plan. That's where most people kind of stop, but there's also open money. Open money is if you just invest in like a single stock or fund that's not registered under one of the other categories. That's called open money. Then there's your tax-free savings account, or TFSA. And then there's something called an IRP, or an individual retirement plan. Why does it matter where you're investing your money? Well, it really matters because of taxation. Each of those things is treated differently for tax purposes. Your house, of course, when you put money in there, you don't get a tax deduction. And in Canada, when you sell your primary residence, you don't get taxed on the growth. Then there's your RSP. You do get a tax deduction when it goes in, but your money grows, and then all of the growth gets taxed when you pull it out. If you have open money, 50% of the growth is taxable. A TFSA is 0% tax. So you can put the money in there up to the limit, and it can grow to $1 million, and you're not going to pay any tax on that money when you pull it out. And then an IRP, that's a little bit more of a strategy to walk through with someone, but it's another way where you can put money and have it grow and be tax sheltered. So let's look at it a little bit more. Let's look at our our RSP and our TFSA. Most people are taught, and I just had a conversation with my mom about this the other day. She's like, we just thought you invest in your house, you try and pay off your mortgage as quickly as possible, and then whatever's left over, you put in your RSP. That's kind of the fundamentals of what we're taught, or taught subconsciously in finance in Canada. But if we look at what actually happens, let's imagine I invested 100 grand in my RSP and I grew it to 200,000. Once I pay the tax on that, so when I pull it out, I'm going to pay tax on it. Let's imagine your tax is 40%. It might be up or down, but let's pretend 40% is kind of fair. And if you're at 40% now, I just want to say, do you think taxes in Canada are going to go up or down over time? So let's call it 40%. Once you pay the tax on that, $200,000, you now actually have $120,000 of spending money. Now let's look at your TFSA. If you invested 100 grand in your TFSA, it grew to 200,000. When you pull it out, you have 200,000. I don't know about you, but that sounds a lot better than the 120. You might be saying, but what about the tax deduction when it goes in? That's absolutely something to consider. If you want to see what that looks like, send me a message and I'll walk you through that. But to me, I want to know that the money I have is actually the money I'm going to be able to spend. If I put in 100,000, it grows to 200, and then I have 120 actually to spend, that feels and is a lot different of spending power than putting 100 in my TFSA, growing it to 200 and having $200,000 to spend. That is going to make a big difference to me when I retire or I need that money. So, of course, this is just a high level view of the different places that you can invest money in Canada. There is more to consider, so please talk to a licensed professional to walk through your own specific scenario of what may or may not work for your own goals and your own financial situation. But I just wanted to quickly pop in and give you a few fundamentals on where are the places that we can invest our money in Canada and what is the effect of taxation on our money. I hope this helped you. I always say to people, I don't care who you leave your money to in the end, but please don't leave it to the CRA. So have a plan, make sure it's working for you, connect with someone that's a professional, walk through, and make sure that you are in a position to have the life that you really deserve, because there really is more to life than growing up, paying bills, and dying. Have a great day. I hope this brought value to you. If it did, or you have a question or a comment, post it below. I'm looking forward to reading them, and have a wonderful Wednesday.